Hey everyone, welcome to Look There's Hope. I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure you all click that like button and also the subscribe button so I can know that you guys are enjoying the videos that I am posting, okay? So this video is about hoarding emotions or hoarding past memories, hoarding past feelings in your spiritual body. So you may see me looking at my phone because y'all took some notes and I just been really thinking about like it's so important that we understand that or when we are hoarding our emotions or we are hoarding past memories in our mind. So first I want to tell you what a hoarder is. And if you know what a hoarder is, I mean that's amazing. But a hoarder is basically I'm reading from my notes. Okay, so it's basically a difficulty discarding or parting with possessions because of a perceived need to save them. Um, why do people decide to hoard? Because they may have experienced a stressful life event. They may have difficulty coping or believe that the item is valuable. So, with that being said, let me break it down to what I'm talking about. A lot of times, we like to hoard certain events or certain life events or just certain topics or certain pieces of history or certain dynamics that you've seen or that you learned about because of the fear of it either happening again or the importance of it when it's not as important. So let me get you to understand this. Okay. Let's say a certain here's an example. You can be hoarding the emotion of resentment, and you may not even know that you're hoarding that emotion. Usually you're hoarding a memory or an event, and a lot of us say, oh, that's not going to happen to me again. That's not going to happen to me again. And that, okay, sorry, y'all. When you just starting to be productive, everyone and their mama want to start yelling. Everybody and their mama want to start knocking on your door. But anyway, I'm sorry. My son was calling me. I know you heard him in the back. But basically, you can be hoarding a past event that kind of made you resentful. Let's say a parent didn't raise you the right way, or you didn't have the same opportunities as other people, and that can you can hold that as resentment or as a memory in your mind that, hey, this happened, and it's important to me that I hold on to this so I can feel validated because this person never validated me. But that situation also breeds resentment. So it's like you putting just putting something in your home that you think is important, but it's also breeding negativity, or it's breeding other emotions that you are unaware of, and you're just moving on autopilot. I hope I'm making sense because I know this could be a very complex subject to explain. You can even hoard certain content from social media or from YouTube videos or from other people's opinions. You can hoard their emotions. It could be a video about, oh, women are this or men are this, or this is how relationships are. This person does this to you. that means this, and you took that and adopted that and you hoarded it because you're not letting it go. You feel like it's important to know, like, hey, if this ever happens to me, I know exactly what it is. And most of the time, it's really not what you think it is. If you understand what I'm saying, it's not what you think it is. If you're in a relationship and you're with your partner and your partner doesn't text you until after 10 a.m., and he usually texts you at 8 a.m. or something like that, and then that day he texts you at 10 a.m., and you see a video on Facebook or something saying, oh, if your partner texts you late, or if his time changes when, he's supposed to text you at 8, but he texts you 2 or 3 hours later, he's cheating, or he's this, or is that. You can bring that into your relationship unconsciously, and you can act off of that memory. You can act off of that emotion, or act off of that hoard that you learned unconsciously. And you can start to react and act as if that has happened to you. Like, hey, that means it's happening to me. Oh my God, this means it's happening to me. He's doing this, all this lines up, and that means he's doing this to me. And if you act on that, you can literally self-sabotage a lot in that relationship. You can self-sabotage so much, and you can see it, because when you react to it and then it's not what you thought it was, and now your relationship's going downhill because you were reacting off of an emotion or a memory that you remember, right? And I just hope I'm explaining this correctly, because in my mind, I really understand what I'm saying, but when I'm talking, I don't know if you guys can understand it, because I think in so many ways. Hopefully this video is a good video for you guys. So back to the topic. If you don't act off of that emotion that you hoarded, or act off of that information that you hoarded, that you believe that was important to you, and act out of love, even though you heard so much other stories about, well, if this happens, this is what it means. And you can say, well, I don't want to hoard that emotion. I don't want to feel that emotion, because if you have that memory or have that information with you, it's going to make you're just not secure person. You're not letting someone be who they want to be. You're not letting someone text you when they can text you. And if you act out of love and say, hey babe, how are you? You just woke up. Hey, good morning. You're like, yeah, I just woke up. It flows. Like, it automatically just flows, and it's like, oh wait, hold on. So what I'm saying is, we can be living in our own environment where we have so much attachments to, it can happen so subtly, so much attachments to others' opinions and others' emotions, that we hoard it and use it as our guide or our GPS system, that, hey, if this happens, this means this. And you're living someone else's reality, okay? They created that in their reality. You have to create your own beliefs, your own reality, and stand 10 toes in that, right? I also wrote down, the reason why we hoard is to feel safe and to feel protected, to help us cope with the unknowns of life. Imagine you always been cheated on, right? Imagine all the time you just been cheated on all the time. Like, you always been cheated on, right? And you get into a new relationship and you're hoping for better, because you're trying to change, who or how your life is, right? And you're hoarding the emotions or the memories of getting cheated on all the time. You have all of this whole list of, oh, if all this happens, that means that person's cheating, okay? If this person is inconsistent, that person's cheating. If this person is this, that person's cheating. If that person don't show this, he's cheating. If this, do you understand the vibration you're living on? You're not living in the 6D, 5D consciousness. You are living in a 3D reality. That if this happened, and this happened. If this happened, and this happened. It's not infinite possibilities for you, right? And if you're going into a relationship with that 3D mentality of everything that you have hoarded, most likely that relationship will be self-sabotaged because of your environment inside of you. And you can hoard so much in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, in your subconscious, and in your memory that it can really affect the way that you move. So back to the relationship example. If you are literally hoarding emotions and hoarding, y'all, hold on. I'm sorry, because it just, listen, I'm going to tell you something. This is just a side note. I know we're talking about hoarding emotions. When you're on a path to somewhere, it's gonna be some things that just try to stop you from doing what you need to do, right? I have not been. I took like 2 hours before I recorded. I did my hair. I did everything I needed to do. It was silent in this household. Silent, right? When I started to record, everyone is yelling. Everyone is screaming at the top of their lungs. I know y'all saw another video where that happened, right? It just be so funny. It'd be funny. I just wanted to say that. Anyway, back to the relationship. You will basically self-sabotage your relationships, okay? If you continue with that 3D hoarding mentality. That if this happens, that means this is going to happen. Or you're just living unconsciously through the memories, right? You remember everything that bad has happened to you. So you're already on the fence. You're not open to love. You're not open to, seeing what's new out there. But you're just preparing, not really preparing for the worst, but you're going to see how it works out. You're going to see how everything plays out. And usually it plays out exactly what you remember, because not because that person was a cheater, not because that person was this, it's because you probably pushed them to it, or you probably unconsciously created it because you just kept being this person that was just not fun to be around. So how can we fix that, right? How can we fix and how can we stop hoarding memories and emotions from our old 3D life, right? We want to create a new life, right? We want to have a new reality. We want to be able to have fun. We want to be able to just chill and relax and know that everything's going to be okay, right? Especially if you had a rough childhood, especially if you grew up in somebody who was living straight into 3D, especially if you have the genetics of someone in a 3D, right? You may have a little bit more difficulty changing or adapting to the 5D, 6D because you are basically genetically wired. You are programmed to live in the 3D and have 3D thoughts and 3D expectations, right? So when we're trying to get to the 5D and have 5D expectation that is limitless, I can have anything I want, or 3D where it's literally linked, like it's just this. There's no opportunity. There's you're limited. We want to be limitless, right? So much trauma has happened, so much all this stuff, and it's not no one's fault because we're just now evolving to this, right? And as we evolve, we have to declutter. We have to remove certain things from our mind and our subconscious. I made a video previously about clean your room or clean your house. It's a video from way back when, but it was like clean up your space, something like that. Because I was like, okay, your space is how you feel about yourself, right? The clutter underneath your desk, the clutter in your closet, the clutter underneath your bathroom sink. And I'm saying that because I got some clutter, maybe I got to clean. And sometimes you just don't want to clean. And most of the time it's because you got a lot on your mind, right? You would clean up if you had a new bed coming, right? You would clean up if you had a new desk coming, right? You would clean up if you had this coming, right? Yes. So it's just so important that we declutter. How can you declutter? Right? By removing, you don't have to remove, okay? But replace. Let's say you have a broken window in your room. What are you going to do? If you have the funds, right? Everything's fine with the funds. You're going to call someone to replace the window. Okay? So let's say that broken window is something that is like a broken heart. Maybe you got your heart broken in the 3D. You got your heart broken from someone you really loved, right? And it's just shattered. Okay? And I'm not talking about a window just, it can last a little bit. We can work with it. This is a window that needs to be fixed, because if it's not fixed, rain is going to come in. Bugs are going to come in. Cats are going to come in. Everything's going to come in your home, right? That's deep. That is so deep. That is so deep, y'all, because I just be blowing my mind. God be blowing my mind. If you have a broken window, right? Hold on. Like I was saying, if you have a broken window, right? You're going to have to get it fixed. Because if you don't, all of these other animals, insects, brain is going to get into your mind. It doesn't matter what it is. If you have let's say you have a broken window in your mind, or in your memories, in your vessel, and that is from getting your heart broke. Okay, let's look at it as a broken, shattered window in your home. This is your vessel, right? This is your home where you live, right? You live in your body. You can let so much in if you don't fix it, if you don't replace it. It's not even about fixing it. Because when people say fix it, you think, oh, that means I have to figure out what happened, what's wrong with it, how do I put it back together, how do I do that? No. All you have to do is replace it with a new window. It's so simple. All you have to do is replace it with a new window. How do you do that? How do you replace it with a new window, right? How do you replace it? And, in reality, you just get someone to come put a new window up, and it's brand new, and you're not even thinking about, oh, it was broken before, right? But when you have you're hoarding something, you're hoarding this broken window because it reminds you of, hey, this is what happened to me, and if I fix it, I won't be able to let in the little advice, or the little if I don't fix it, that means I'll be able to still let in the fear, the worry, and all of that. And if I do fix it, that means all of the fear, worry, and everything will be outside of that window. And it's like, remember, hoarding is to make you cope, to feel safe and protected, a sense of security. If you fix that window, you're actually secure, but you don't have the comfort, of what you're used to. I guess that's what I want to say. The comfort of what you're already used to. Because the windows are closed. All windows are fixed in the 6D. Everything's fixed in the 6D. Nice, beautiful mansion, nice green grass. What God said, I'm going to say it wrong, but it's like the golden streets, right? Full of gold. There's no brokenness there. There's no fixing that needs to be done in the 6D, 5D. Right? So that means you have to solely trust yourself and trust that you can trust God and His Word. And that requires responsibility. That requires you not to be a victim. And that requires you to become a creator. And that requires you to become your own coach, right? But if you don't fix it, if you leave the windows shattered, if you leave that memory there, if you leave that heartbreak there, if you hoard that memory there, if you hoard those feelings with it there, you don't have to do anything but ruminate and feel and remember and be a victim and just keep going and not caring and just, poor me. And keep going through the same things and saying, I knew it. See, I knew it. It's horrible, right? So I hope I'm making sense, you guys. If I'm not making sense, replay it, write down notes, and literally you will understand what I'm saying. Like I said, with the broken glass, if you fix it, you no longer have to, like I said, here it is, okay? If you don't fix it, like I said, other insects or other animals or other in rain will come in and all the other stuff. Those are other feelings. Like those are other emotions that's connected to that. If you had a heartbreak, what else connects to heartbreak? Okay, maybe bitterness, resentment, no trust, anger, insecurity. So much could come through that window. And you're like, well, why am I feeling these feelings? Because you never fixed the window to the heartbreak. You let it stay open too long. You let it stay broken for too long. And now all of these other emotions come with that, right? And they're hoarding. They're staying in. They're camping out. They're like, oh, baby, this is an abandoned house. Do you want to be in an abandoned house or do you want to be a new build with the windows fixed or a mansion? Because abandoned houses got so much bullshit and they even got the boards up. Sometimes they have the little board, the wooden board that says keep out. Okay? Some abandoned houses, has those up. But guess what? Inside of it, it's not a brand new home. It's not a brand new home. Bugs and insects can still get in. And if you're living in that environment, you're saying keep out, that means everyone keep out. That means you just, you know what I'm saying? You're being standoffish. You don't want to be around people. You don't want to love. Do you see what I'm saying, y'all? It's crazy. We have to do better. We have to choose better. We have to fix the cracked window because we're letting in all of these emotions that can be prevented. So like I was saying, how can we fix this? Fix the window. Okay, great, Alila. We know to fix the window, but how can we do that in real life, right? How in reality? Create new beliefs. Okay? That's my son screaming if you hear my son. He's so funny. Create new beliefs. Gain new information and understanding. Because the information and understanding that you're programmed and that you're living off of are programs and information that's not benefiting you, right? Create new beliefs, create new understanding, create new thoughts. create new energy, believe new things for yourself. And this is a process. When someone is hoarding or a hoarder, you don't want to just come on in and take everything that they have, and they'll be angry. They will be freaking out. They'll be like, oh my goodness. Like, they will not be able to adapt, right? You do one thing at a time. One thing at a time. If it's the feeling of worry, you replace it with faith. The feeling of insecurity, you replace it with confidence or self-esteem. Or you replace it with loving yourself a little bit. Just telling yourself you love you. I trust you. It don't have to be immediate change. But if you're changing, it's getting fixed, right? If you're starting to think differently, it's getting fixed, right? You can't say, oh well, he's not the window's not getting fixed because all he did was bring his tools in, or all I did was book the appointment for it to get fixed. That's a start. Because if you're booking the appointment to get your window fixed, or if you're starting to say, hey, I don't like this about myself. I don't like that I'm insecure. I don't like that this is. That's the first step. You're putting in the call, the appointment, okay? Because you know, hey, it's going to eventually get fixed. There's no doubt that, oh, it won't get fixed, right? Who's going to fix it? The God inside of you. You can also pray, but you also have to put in the work. Okay? So don't be so quick to want to fix everything and just declutter everything, and because that will cause fear, worry. It will cause a whole bunch of things. And sometimes you got to start from a different point, right? I'm just now noticing this in my mind. This just came up. You have to notice what part of the house to fix first. If you're in an abandoned house and you're doing a rehab on it, right? And you want to start with, let's say the whole thing needs to be gutted. Everything needs to be fixed. The floors are not stable to even walk on, right? But you go to the bathroom and start working on the bathrooms. What? Like, you will fall through before you can even get to the bathroom, right? Yes, a lot of stuff needs to be fixed, but you have to start strategically. And I'm just now noticing this, like, hey, you don't want to start with the biggest, or like not the biggest, but you don't want to start with the wrong things first. You want to fix the foundation first, right? You want to fix the foundation first. If the foundation is messed up, if it needs new flooring, if it needs new boards, or whatever it's called, you start with that, right? You're not going to start with the roof. You're not going to start with getting the bathroom fixed first. You're not going to start with the kitchen and remodeling the sinks. You're going to gut everything out the home. You're going to gut everything out so you can so you can fix the floors. And what's the foundation? Becoming grounded in who you are. Creating your beliefs that, hey, I'm good, I'm standing, and I'm prepared to heal. I'm prepared to move forward. I'm prepared. I trust myself. Because that whole boarding is trust. If your flooring is wobbly, has holes in it, you're not trusting the house. You can't trust that home to stand. You can't trust that home to stand. You're going to be like, I'm not going to walk in there because I'm not going to fall through the floor, right? You just have to, with us humanly, in reality, that means you just have to create your new belief system. What do you believe? Do you trust yourself? That's the first step. Don't worry about, oh, the bathroom needs to be fixed. Stop. The bathroom is going to get fixed, but you got to start with the foundation, which is you. The foundation. I trust myself now. I'm going to renovate I'm renovating. I'm not going, you're already doing it. You're not going to, you're already doing it. I'm renovating me. I'm renovating me. And I got to start with the baseboards. I got to start with the floors. And that means I have to trust who I am. That means I have to trust in God. That means I have to trust in my source. I have to trust in my Bible or my scripture that I read. Because over time, once you start finishing the floors, then you can get to the bathrooms. Then you can get to the kitchen. Then you can get to the bedrooms. Then you can get to that. Then you can start decorating. Then you can start painting. Then you can start putting up for sale. Then you can start putting it on listing it on the market. But if you just start from a place that you're just grabbing fruit, I'm starting from this place. No, baby girl, let it go. Because it's never going to work because your foundation is not solid. If you want to start trying to heal from a big trauma from the 3D, from a past 3D that's already manifested, and you're really just trying to heal from that, and it's just not working. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? Because you're trying to heal on a broken foundation. I need a clap for that. You're trying to heal on a broken foundation, and your foundation is your belief system. Your foundation is your trust. You're working off of your old belief system that you have hoarded. You are working off your old belief system that you have learned or that you have adapted to or you have adopted from the people around you. This is their belief system, and you have adopted that. What do you believe? You need to write it out. What do I believe? And every time a thought or every time something comes up that's not a part of your belief, you need to say, well, this is what I believe, though. Like, this is what I believe. This is what the Word of God says. That's why I stick with the Word of God, because it adds just so much more foundation to it. Psalms 91, those who rest in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This I say of the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I am trusting him. For he will deliver you from the fatal plague, for he will rescue you from every trap, and he will shield you with his wings. Like, these are the foundation. These are the truths. But if you don't have any more foundation, like, that's just one foundation. That's just one strip of wood. Keep building the wood. Keep reading the Bible. Keep getting deeper into your word. Keep getting deeper and understanding it and studying it. And studying the information. It doesn't even have to be the word if you're not going down that route. Study the new information that you are learning about the certain subjects that you're trying to learn about. Study the foundation. Study how to become grounded. Study how to trust. Study how to have faith. That's the foundation. Okay? Because you can't get to the window if the floors are messed up. You can't get to the windows if the floor has holes in it. Unless you want to step in some rat stuff. You can't get there. Stop overextending yourself. Give yourself grace and know that is going to be taken care of when it's supposed to be taken care of. But right now, change your focus. Instead of it being this thing that you need to fix, focus on your heart. Focus on the flooring. Focus on the foundations. And if you got holes in your walls, next, patch up the holes in the walls. What is that? What's the holes? What can that be spiritually entwined to? I would say holes in your walls can be just the voices, the thoughts that are still in the atmosphere because you have not all the way decluttered, right? It could be the thoughts. It could be this and that and this and that. And you patch up the holes with the foundation. Patch up the holes with the foundation. So, like I said, every time Something comes up to, oh wait, that's not of God. Oh wait, that's not of God. Oh wait, that's not of me. Of God, of you. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I believe. Okay, we're not worried about that right now. Okay, no, not right now. We're fixing the foundation. We're trusting God. We're having faith in God. Thank you, Jesus, for your glory. Thank you, Jesus, for your mercy. Thank you so much for your grace. Thank you so much for this amazing day. I'm grateful. So your foundation is gratitude, like gratitude. Gratitude. Be thankful. Be thankful. Hey, I can start again. Hey, I can start again. Your house can be burnt down and you can start again on that land, which is this world. We're the house in this world. This is plenty of land. You're the house. We're a house inside of a house, inside of a house, inside of a house, inside of a house. This is just amazing to me, because when I was writing, I did not think of this, but I'm like, okay, I gotta be able to understand my own self too. Fix the foundation, and then get to you. The foundation is gratitude, and then fix the outer skirts, which is the thoughts, that the things people say, the things you hear, or just it may come through your mind, with trust, because the walls have to stand on something, right? I trust myself. I trust this. I trust God. I I'm thankful that I trust myself. I'm thankful that I trust myself. Then you get to the house, the roof. Who's covering you? What are you covered by? Do you even have a roof? Or are you just letting it rain on you? You know what I'm saying? Has your roof been broken? Has it been, messed up or whatever in the 3D reality? I'm covered by the Most High. I'm guided by the Most High. I trust myself and I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I trust myself and I'm covered by the Most High. Okay? Don't worry about anybody else. Worry about yourself right now. Worry about yourself. Okay? Stop trying to move so fast. Then you can get to the bedroom. Okay? You got to take out the stuff in the bedroom first. You have not even, it should already be out because you fixed the flooring, right? You decluttered. Let's say everything is out of the house. Now you got to just fix the foundation. And then what happens after that? What happens after you fix the foundation, you fix the roof, and you fix the walls? And you painted and everything you had to do. You painted the color you want. It's a nice, vibrant color. You're feeling good. Until you can live in this home that you have created, then you can start to add pictures, flowers, prayer hands, whatever belief system you have, great gratitude, money, I don't know, whatever you want to put in your home that makes you feel protected, right? Like a hoarder. You can hoard in a good way, hoarding good memories, hoarding good things, because more good things has happened than bad, right? And even as a Black woman, a lot of us want to hoard the history of slavery, and hoard the history of, the inequalities in this world. And that can cause so much anxiety, resentment. It can cause you to act a certain way towards people. It can cause you to move a certain way in the world. It can cause you to have a certain thought process. And you will always run into the same things, because that is what frequency you're on. You always run into somebody who's racist, or run into somebody who you always will see stuff on your internet about people who just don't like you for your skin color or whatever. You'd be like, oh my God, I knew this world was always like this. No, it's just what you create. So let's start off with that. Let's just start off with gratitude. Thank you. I'm thankful that I can start new. I'm thankful that I can do this. I'm thankful that I have a life. I'm grateful that I live in a world. I'm grateful that I am experiencing life. I'm thankful I have breath in my body to still live another day. I trust myself. I trust my beliefs. I trust God. I trust this. And I'm covered by the Most High. I'm guided by the Most High. I'm sheltered. I'm resting in the dwelling place of the Most High God. God built the roof over my head. That's it. He didn't build it because you did this and this. He built it because of who you are and because you're his daughter and you're also his son. And then you want to start putting in fixing up the bedroom. That could be confidence. That could be anything. You have to start studying the subject, right? Studying the subject. You're not going to do, most people want to start big first and do the master bedroom first. But start small. Like start with the living room where everyone is at all the time. Like where everyone will see you at, right? Start in the living room or start in the bathroom. Because when you start getting into your bedrooms, that's who you truly are. That's where darkness is. That's where some other stuff may be hidden, right? But build that foundation around you. Okay, I'm going to put up some portraits. Just be grateful that I have this today. How can I be more grateful? How can I build that foundation of gratefulness? How can I build that foundation of trust? How can I believe, and trust that I'm sheltered by the Most High Yah? Okay? And that's what I'm saying. And then you just go to the next one. Like, okay, I'm in the bathroom. How can I, fix my communication issues? And we're not going to be, hey, why don't I communicate? Okay, we cleared it all out already. We don't care. We cleared it all out already. We gutted everything out the home. We're building a new home. We don't care how this bathroom got like this. No contractor or no builder is going to come into a place and say, well, how did this happen? They may ask that, but they're not going to really want to know the answer. Because it really doesn't matter because it's going to get fixed. So say, how can I be a better communicator? We don't care about why. How can I trust God more? Some of us are stuck in a cycle of healing when there's nothing to heal. We're stuck in a cycle of trying to figure out why when there's nothing to figure out. All you have to do is figure out how. You don't have to figure out why anymore. You can figure out how. If you have a lot of insecurities, how can I be confident? We don't care that, because now you're holding on to clutter. You're holding on to clutter. We don't care that, oh, I'm insecure because back in the day in 2011, my daddy left me when I was on the porch and he didn't come back and he told me that I was ugly and did not let me feel this way. And I'm just thinking about all of these things. Well, how can I heal from that? How can I move on for that? We're not talking about that. We can't do that. We can't wonder why these things happened. If you're buying an abandoned house, you don't care what happened. You just care, hey, is this a good investment for me? What can I do with it? How can I fix it up? Nobody's saying, well, why is the kitchen broken? Why is the refrigerator? And why is this? Well, people, apparently, they know why. They didn't take care of it. It wasn't taken care of. Or maybe they wasn't there to be taken care of it. We know why you're insecure. Something happened to you that made you insecure. We know why you're fearful. Something happened to you that made you fearful in the 3D reality. We know why you're, what's the word? We know why you have social anxiety. Okay? There's something that happened that made you have social anxiety. We know why something happened. Like, we know why this fire is burning. Someone lit the candle. Someone lit the candle. We're not gonna worry who lit it and why did they lit it and when did they light it and what was the purpose of lighting it and what. Stop. And I feel like that's a cycle that we're all stuck in. Not all, we all, but some people are stuck in. And I am definitely one of those people. I just want to keep figuring out, well, why did this happen? And what did I learn from this? And what did it? It doesn't matter. It matters that it's a feeling that produced from it that you are affected by because you wanted to hoard onto that emotion, hoard onto that memory. That's why it's affecting you. And you're not trying to you're not trying to replace it. You're not trying to upgrade it. Yeah, you could have messed up your little mini fridge, but you can replace it with a nice what's the refrigerators called? Them nice refrigerators, baby. Them nice refrigerators with the touch screen. You ain't gotta worry about, oh, why did this happen? You just replace it with the touch screen. You ain't gonna worry about why this happened or what happened to the old refrigerator. So what I'm saying is, literally, just figure out how. Don't figure out why. Let that shit go. It's gone. They say, how can I trust myself some more? How can I not be insecure? How can I not be so anxious? No. We don't want to go backwards. That's kind of like going backwards. How can I not be anxious? Oh, you cannot be anxious about talking to people and going out to people, but it's not going to help you. You're like, okay, I'm still anxious though. How can I become confident? What's opposite of anxious? Maybe confident. What's or calm or free? How can I do those things? What things can I do to create that environment inside of me? How can I? It's like you're trying to pass a test. You're not going to say, how can I not fail the SAT? You're going to fail it. You're going to fail it. If you look it up, how not to fail it. How can I make the best grade possible in the ACT? How can I develop better study habits? You don't have to be so direct and forward, but how can I develop better study habits? How can I pass a big test? Or how can I pass big exams? How can I retain the information better? So if you're one of your issues, like if it's worry or fear, like how can I trust God more? How can I trust myself more? How can I trust the world more? How can I live in the 5D? How can I have more faith? And because now you're strategizing. You're not strategizing on the old home. Like I said before, somebody who's buying a home is not going to sit there, get a whole notebook out, boom. I said, now I want to figure out what happened to each side of this home. I want to figure out why the bathroom's messed up, why there's holes in the floor, why the water don't work. Sorry, like I was saying, they're not going to sit there and ask, well, what happened to the bathroom? Why is this like this? Well, why is the window this? And I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to have a whole notebook on why the house is messed up. I want to have a whole notebook on why the house is like this. You're wasting time. You're supposed to be remodeling the house so you can put it on the market to resell it. Or so you can live in it, let's say. So you can live in it, but you're steady worried about, oh, well, this happened and this is happening. And what? Like, come on, bro. No. That's all. You see how this chip box got in my... Hold on. Like I said, it's gone now, as you see. But you're wasting your time. That's the biggest thing. You're wasting your time trying to figure out something that has so many reasons. I'm laughing because it just mind boggling to me how I talk to my own self when I'm just like, okay, well, about this. It's just like, wow. So basically, you guys, stop trying to figure out why the house is the way it is. Just start rebuilding. And make that conscious decision like, hey, I'm letting go of all the stuff I've been hoarding because it's not significant to where I'm going. Okay, I'm going to a better space. I'm building a better home. And my home will not end up like that again because I'm going to maintain it. I'm going to keep, putting love into it. I'm going to keep remodeling. I'm going to keep having my grass cut, maintained and maintenance. I'm going to keep up with this home. But if you let your home deteriorate, now you want to sit there in victim mode. How did all this happen? Just start rebuilding. This video came out to be way longer than I expected. I think I said everything I had to say. But just start rebuilding, y'all. Don't return to the dysfunction. Don't let your home get back to that abandoned home status when you just rebuilt a new home. You see how some people, it's an abandoned home, they rebuild it to a new home, and then it goes right back to an abandoned home. Don't let that be you, right? An abandoned home, a home becomes abandoned, if you want to know, it's because of dysfunction. The dysfunction of the person living in the home, okay? You have to become functional and just rebuild the home. Get the layout, get the blueprint. That's what I'm saying. Get the blueprint on how to live the life you want to live. Get the blueprint on how you can have faith, have trust. Get the blueprint of your life that you're creating. Don't go off of the old blueprint. Because if you try to figure out why did this happen, you most likely will create it in the next home. Or you'll try to keep preventing it, and it'll just be like something that's always in your mind. Instead of coming off a clean slate and say, I'm going to rebuild this home, and I'm going to start with gratitude. I'm not going to start with, this, and the third, all these other stuff. I'm going to start with gratitude. I'm going to continue to build on my foundation. I'm going to build a beautiful home that's going to last because I'm going to maintain it. Just like in manifesting, y'all. They say maintain the state. I'm going to maintain my home. I'm going to maintain the state of my home because I am going to maintain it. I'm going to maintenance it. It don't mean just sitting here like, maintain it. It means maintenance yourself. Go for walks. Trust yourself. Read the Bible. Think better thoughts. Write better things. Let go of your stuff that you're hoarding. You can't create better if you're holding on to past events or past things that you're trying to figure out why happened, what you learned from it. And we know what produced from it, right? So let's try to get back to our natural selves. I know it's hard, but we're all going to get through it, right? Thank you guys for watching this almost hour-long video. It took me a while to get this out because I just wanted you guys to understand the concept of what I was saying. Hopefully, if you reach the end of this video, you're blessed because you have so much information. Stop trying to fix the past. Stop trying to hoard memories and feelings and because you think it has some importance or significant. It's not important or significant. It's not. We're living a new reality. We're trying to create a new reality. We don't need to sit here and figure out why these things happen. It's gone. Now it's a new contractor in town. There's a new builder in town. Whoever built your home last time, That's old. We're gonna build this home. Sometimes some people don't even have a say over the home that was built for them. You know how you buy a home sometimes and then it looks nice and then it's like, oh wait, it has all these issues. You didn't build the home, so you didn't know all these issues. Other people, the contractor and the builder, they knew it was issues. You have to be the contractor, the builder. You have to be everything. You have to be the one to put in the plumbing, the electric. You're doing it. And guess what? God is the overhead. He's watching everything. He's saying, baby, this, yup. He's approving it all. Yup. He's approving the plans. Sometimes the city has to approve the plans for what you're building. God is the city. He's approving those plans, okay? And he's going to approve the plans for you to live the life that you want to live. He's approving the plans. God said, I approve the plans. He approved it. It's a go. It's a go. It's a go. You got your blueprint and everything. Okay. It's a go. Get your blueprint ready. God said it's a go once you have your blueprint ready. Once you have your location ready. Once you have, your outline and your demo, whatever it is, the blueprint. It's ready. But we have to let go of the old blueprint. You can have an old blueprint and you can tear down that house and create something so new that you don't even know that old blueprint even existed. You don't even know that it was an old home before. You don't even know because you're living in a new reality. And that can be you. And it could be me. And it could be all of us. Because I'm telling you now that manifestation works. And it's all about what you believe and all about your perception of it. And it's all about your beliefs around it. And don't feel like, oh my God, I got to hurt for change my beliefs. I got to change my beliefs. You're already starting. So it's already changed. Your timeline's already switching. Just give thanks, give gratitude. And that's one thing I'm working on, just to be happy. Just give gratitude. Let go. Give gratitude that your plans have been approved. Be grateful that the plans that you have has been approved. Be grateful. Write your plans out, what you want. Write the blueprint out. Write down the everything that you want in your life, everything. And God, here, I'm submitting my plans. God said it's approved. Even if you don't write it, it's already approved. Because God is like, it's approved. Whatever you want, it's approved. I know what you're building is an amazing part of this society. I know what you're building is going to bring lucrativity into the area. I love you, God. Just start with the foundation first. Don't worry about trusting. Just be grateful that you're alive. Be grateful that you can trust yourself. Be grateful that you're covered. Start with those things, 3 things, I guess. Start with the flooring. Start with the walls, and start with the roof. Then start running the electric, the plumbing. I mean, that should be first, though. Electric and plumbing is just like that. That's you just starting. So, I want to start something. I want to get it. Buy the land, okay? It's so much you got to do, right? So buy the land. You already bought the land because that's your choice to say, hey, I want to move to the 6D. I want to move to the 5D. Buy a plot of land in the 5D. Buy a plot of land in the metaverse. Like to say, buy a plot of land in the 6D. Buy a plot of land. Right? Buy it. And know that, hey, it's getting built. My home is getting built. And I'm building it. I'm building it. I'm the builder. I'm the electric. God is the overseer. God is helping me too. You don't have to build it. You can just plan it. You don't have to build it. God is so good because you don't even have to build it. All you have to do is plan it. Have the blueprint. And you can hire the other people to do it. But if you really want the job done, you gonna do it yourself too, right? But it's all done. It's all done. The plans have been approved. You got your lot, well, your piece of land, because you got your piece of land in the 5D, you got your piece of land in the 6D, you got your piece of land in the 7D, because you already know in the future you're going to move there. You sold your home back in the 3D, you sold your home back in the 4D, you sold it. It's gone. You sold it. Somebody else is living in that. Okay. You're now living in the 5D. And just change that perception, like, hey, I bought a piece of land in the 5D and that's where I'm going. And that's where I am. It's getting built. It's getting built. And guess what? I'm living in a hotel while it's getting built. I'm living in the Marriott Hotel, baby. I'm living in the Hilton or whatever. I'm living in the most beautiful hotel right across the street in the 5D, baby. We're living in a golden hotel waiting for our stuff, for our reality to come to pass. So chill out in that hotel. Keep planning in that hotel. But my work for you to do, which I'm going to do too, and trust me, just because you don't do it now don't mean, oh, my life is horrible. You already know, right? God already knows. It's spiritually contracted. God already knows what you want. So God's already building it anyway. But when you write it out and make it plain, it makes it more solidified that he can really approve the plans, okay? He can really approve it. He's doing it on the slide for you. He's like, all right, I'm going to do it for you. I'm doing it. You know how you tell that person, hey, I'm going to pay you back, okay? I'm going to pay you back. Just because I got to hold $25. I got to hold $40. I'm going to pay you back. And they're like, okay, I got you. Just pay me back. That's how God is with you. I'm sorry, y'all saw that? That's how God is. He's like, okay, just pay me back with the plans. I thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about certain things that I was dealing with, because as a spiritual being, you may be going through certain things, but I definitely learned that I was just too caught up on the things that I was hoarding and trying to figure out why these things I hoarded is important, why the things I hoarded, and what I learned from these things. And I wouldn't let it go until I understood why I needed it so bad. But sometimes you don't need to understand. Sometimes you just need to let everything go and build something new. And I'm going to build a foundation of gratitude, trust, and God's covering and promises over me and my children's lives. Click the like and subscribe button. I hope you stay to the end. I love you. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.